Women. What can you say? Who made them? God must have been a fucking genius.
If women were beautiful. Now, fellas, I know you may be hesitant to watch this, but herein lies the question I want you to ask yourself. Am I part of the problem or part of the solution? If you know any women, stick around and find out.
Hold up.
Hello, ladies and gents. This is something that's been on my mind, and so I want to just go right ahead and dive into it. A recent study done by Dove found that only 4% of women worldwide consider themselves to be beautiful. And of that, 72% of women feel the pressure to feel and look beautiful, however, feel that they fall short of the standards that are set by society today. We are going to be discussing the ugly side of beauty. So let me ask you a question. How does it feel to be so beautiful?
What? Oh. I don't think I'm. I don't know that I never thought of myself that way.
I'm just as beautiful as God made me, that's all.
Empowering.
How does it feel being so beautiful?
Oh God.
I think you have to feel it inside, and then it will come out outside.
Time out.
I came to a place where I know several women that I wanted to have participate in this survey that I'm doing. I had seen several other videos on YouTube that touched on this subject about women being beautiful and not feeling beautiful, and I wanted to do my own take on it. So instead of just surprising random strangers on the street, I thought that I would speak to women that I actually know and ask them to participate in this. Of course, they had no idea what questions I was going to ask them. So in all fairness, some of the women just felt that they didn't want to do it because they had no idea what it was in reference to, even though I did tell every single one of them that it was a short film that I was going to be producing for International Women's Day. And I will tell you that for every beautiful woman that you see in this video, there was at least 5 women who declined for the simple fact that they did not feel beautiful enough to be in front of the camera. It just goes to prove my point that women just do not feel comfortable. Mostly they don't feel good on camera. And, you know, I can understand, I can attest to that, because there were a lot of times when I would not film simply because I didn't feel like I fit the part. Societal beauty standards can be harmful and exclusionary. They perpetuate stereotypes and limit individual expression. The beauty industry profits from promoting unattainable beauty ideals, and along with social media, is creating a culture of self-doubt and insecurity. This leads to unhealthy habits and behaviors such as eating disorders. Also excessive and dangerous, not to mention expensive cosmetic surgeries, which most of us have to take a loan out for. It leads to isolation and depression, amongst so many other negative side effects. I mean, what would you expect when over 90% of women worldwide don't consider themselves as beautiful?
And what would you say is the most beautiful part of you?
Outwardly, or yeah, whatever. Okay, my eyes or like my smile?
I would say my heart.
Physically, I like my hair, my long luscious hair, and my smile, I guess.
For me, I think how I treat people.
My soul. Most of the time my stomach, but all the time my arms.
My love for my animals.
Do that question over.
All right. So what would you say is the most beautiful part of you?
My smile.
Women are caught in the middle of evolving beauty standards that are constantly changing. If you take a look at the history of feminine beauty, you'll see that we have always been chasing after a moving target that is constantly changing, when all we really want is to be seen for who we are, inside and out.
When was the last time you got a compliment about your appearance?
Actually, yesterday morning.
Okay.
My 8-year-old daughter, Gabrielle, she said, "Mommy, you're so beautiful."
Awesome. How did that make you feel?
Aw, makes me feel loved.
This morning, I went by my parents and my mom said, "You look pretty today, Shelly."
Oh, that's so sweet.
It made me feel good. Yeah.
Last night. My husband's pretty good about that.
How did that make you feel?
Loved.
Very recently, actually, because I did a photo shoot with you. I've gotten many compliments recently based on some of those photos. So. And they really do make me feel incredible.
When was the last time you got a compliment about your appearance?
This morning, I was walking through the security guard, turned around, looked at me. He said, "You're so pretty." And I said, "Thank you."
How did that make you feel?
I smiled. He put a smile on my face for the next about 20 minutes till I walked in somewhere else.
We have been throwing good money after bad on diets and magic potions that promise miracles, but it's deeper than the appearance. We have to be very careful about what messages we are sending to our daughters and the younger generation on a whole. It is hard for these young ladies.
You is kind, you is smart, you is important, you is smart, you is kind, you is important. That's so good.
Do you think that we should tell little girls that they are pretty and beautiful, or should we also be telling them that they are strong?
So I try to tell them both because I think for a while we pushed so much on the inner and being a beautiful person that it also kind of made them insecure on the outside. So I try to tell my girls both ways. I say not only are you beautiful on the outside, you're unique, you're individual, but you're also beautiful on the inside. I think it's okay to celebrate both and not make it one or the other.
I think it's important. I tell my baby every day that she's beautiful. Yeah, I make sure her dad tells her also. She has it all over her walls, all over her bedspread. I tell her every day, smart, intelligent, grateful, all that.
I do think it's important to tell little girls they are beautiful, but likewise, I do try to, when I see a child who at least can understand beyond those ideas, that they are also strong and brave and can accomplish anything they put their mind to. I actually try to do that more than the physical praise, just based on our society and what that kind of comes with, letting them know that they can do anything they want, assuming they're old enough to understand those concepts.
And I think all of the above. Hype them up as much as you can.
What always motivates me is for that little Mexican girl that's going to watch me in the WNBA.
Do you think that we should tell little girls that they are beautiful? Absolutely. Any chance that we get or we think of, we should be telling all women that they're beautiful.
We got this. Historically, the ideal feminine body was strong and full-figured until the 16th century, when women painfully put themselves into health-impairing corsets made of whale bones, tusks, and wood to accentuate the breasts, hips, and booty. They wore wigs as high as 2 feet tall and painted their faces with clown-like features, all in order to stand out. In the 1900s, things changed, along with the woman's physique, now daunting a more thin, boyish look, or the ever-aspiring Barbie standards. If you were full-figured, you were seen as overindulgent and lacking self-control. In current modern times, it is confusing as f to keep up with the flip-flop of the European standards when they themselves have adopted other cultural norms to suit a new narrative. And with the use of social media, the beauty standards have gotten completely out of control. Herein lies the real damage. With media being the most powerful influence, it is constantly in our faces and in the palm of our hands. You cannot look at your phone, TV, movie, or a magazine and not feel the draw or the pull to want to look and feel a certain way. Every other swipe, tap, click, or page flip makes us feel inadequate. How do you feel about the beauty standards set for women in today's society?
I think it's all fake. It's all Photoshop. It's just fake.
Ugly. Ugly. Magazines should go away.
Magazines
should go away.
What about social media?
Same. Little girls are just, it's bombarding its magazines to little girls.
You need to be you, you cannot be somebody else. So you just need to be you because, everybody's different.
You had already elaborated on this a little bit, but the beauty standards for women, you said you felt like it was really hard. Do you think that social media makes it harder for women to live up to these beauty standards?
Yes. We're scrolling every few minutes, and we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're seeing women with filters, and at least for me, I know it's not real. It's editing, or it may be surgery, but still, we feel like, or at least for me, I feel like I need to just stay off of social media because it can really affect my confidence.
Okay.
Not great, but I do believe it's starting to take a turn. Actually, I know that more and more strong women, such as yourself, are trying to make a difference with that. I think the biggest issue is actually having women themselves see that and overcoming that so we know what to do for the next generation.
The business of beauty is ugly. Women are left to feel as if they have to buy, consume, cut, and paste themselves onto a different body. The beauty industry is a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and we are just a consumer, just a product to sell more product and services to. Money is power, and with all that money, they have the power to make people feel undervalued when who you are at your core doesn't matter as much as the package that it comes in. What is your take on excessive plastic surgery in order to reach a certain beauty standard?
I think I just have a fear of going under the knife. I think it's dangerous, and I feel bad for that woman that she feels like she has to look that way. And I think there's something else going on there, like maybe even a mental illness that is not being addressed.
I think that's weird. I think it's weird because her parents didn't birth you, so you shouldn't look like that person. You should look. How do you have a kid and your kid is not gonna look like you? Right. Your kid is gonna look like your parents, and you're gonna look like Kim Kardashian. That's weird. It's totally weird.
It's a very fine line that we women walk, because there are times when we actually want to feel our best, look our best, and we want to do it for ourselves, but we are constantly hit with so much marketing, so much just voices, loud voices, every time we scroll through our phones, every time we look at a movie, every time we try to look at a magazine. It's just constantly in your face about what we should look like, how we should appear or present ourselves to the world. And some of us just don't want to do all of that. It's a lot. Now let me tell you a story as a black woman in the music industry and how I have struggled with this a lot. I grappled with whether or not I even wanted to get into how the music industry made me feel so ugly. Aside from the fact that when I was growing up, I did attend schools in white neighborhoods, and the majority of my friends were either Caucasian or Hispanic, and I never felt like my hair was long enough or straight enough. I never felt like my nose was small enough or that I was pretty enough. But the complex that I got from the music industry, man, that was way worse. I don't think I ever got past that. That was horrible. Even though I was pregnant with my daughter, it makes me laugh now after seeing Rihanna recently doing the Super Bowl halftime show pregnant, but they couldn't find a way to disguise my belly and get a dope-ass makeup artist to make up my face and hide some of the pregnancy issues like acne. Even if I had had just a blip in the video, I would have been represented, but I wasn't. I got dissed, and that's when the lawyers got called. There are so many women who don't even identify with being called beautiful. And just based off of the feedback that I got trying to ask several women that I know who know me and trust my process, still did not feel confident enough to get on camera. I know all too well about the insecurities of women when it comes to their looks. As a photographer, I would shoot so many more women if they accepted themselves as beautiful. But I hear these statements so often that it is troubling to me. LaShawn, I love your work. You are an amazing photographer. Maybe I'll book a shoot with you when I lose 25 pounds. Or, I want you to do my pictures, but I gotta lose weight first. Or how about this one? If I do a shoot with you, will you Photoshop out my fat? And I will be honest, most people don't realize the majority of pictures that they see in their feed or magazines are altered in some way, including the celebrities that you think are flawless. Even I am guilty of having my images altered to achieve a specific look that I want to convey. I use filters and I wear makeup. And I put off posting to my channel for years because I didn't like how much weight I had gained at times. Always worried about how big my thighs were while forgetting to honor my thighs, for they carried me this far in life.
A lot of, women feel that they have to put on this show every day and they just can't be themselves sometimes. But then I feel that there are times that women want to dress up and they want to feel sexy and they want to feel powerful in that way, and that's okay too.
Do not get it twisted. There is nothing wrong with wanting to feel better in your own body. I love how my curves sway when I dance. It is my ancestral right to love my swag. There is nothing wrong with wanting to eat healthy and exercise and doing what you can to fight off diseases and ailments that can occur due to being overweight as well as underweight. There is nothing wrong with wanting a garment to fit you in a particular way for a particular event, but that's not just a woman issue, unfortunately. It is okay to want to change your hair length, color, or texture as long as you're doing it for yourself and not for the manipulation of others to try to keep up with these impossible beauty standards set by 16-year-old TikTokers and so-called beauty influencers, and also for these trillion-dollar corporations who only see us as profit. This could have easily have been a series, and maybe I'll even do a part 2. But I just wanted to touch on a few things in the comments and get the discussion going, and also highlight the beautiful women that I see around me, as well as say thank you to so many of you for the beautiful comments that you leave me. They do indeed make my day. So ladies and gentlemen, let's share this one, please. Send it out to a few women that you want to let know you see they're beautiful inside and out. And one more thing, let's start telling little girls that they are smart, strong, and beautiful. Let's give them trucks, tools, science projects, basketballs, and drum sets. Limit their exposure to social media and replace that with realistic conversations about beauty and self-image. Girls like blue and little boys look cute in pink. So let's buck the systems. All of them. I love you. Bye! Alright guys, so right about now you would be ready for shout out time. but there is absolutely no way that I can only do 6 shout outs. I gotta give a special shout out to all of the women all over the world and all of the women here, my co-stars, actually my sis-stars, as one co-star put it. You know who you are. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and supporting me. I normally would ask you to watch another video, but not today. What I want you to do is share this video. I want you to share this video with a friend, a daughter, another woman that you see they're beautiful. Because it's not about whether or not women are beautiful. It's not if women are beautiful. We are beautiful. We just have to start owning it. I love you. Bye!